And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire in Fontus, some aliens. We're on the end of round 212 here. We are in the winning position. We're in first place with 32.4% of the victory score. We're not yet winning. Because we need to, we haven't yet won because we need to get up to 50. And I didn't do the math before the beginning of the stream, but I suspect, again, we're probably almost certainly in the position where one of the other majors needs to be the punching bag for us to achieve a winning state. Although at this point, Becker's neck, number 2 here, is far enough down that we only have to get to 50%. We don't have to get past 50%. Previously it was a little over 25, so we'd have to go a little past that. Logistics-wise, we are pretty good with most of our bottlenecks. We're struggling a little bit with the one where we actually need, which is the movement on the island over here. Because this is one where we're going to be fighting. A couple different ways to potentially deal with that. One is to build up the port on this end and then just ram through more transit on the far side. That is one way. In fact, that may be the simplest way. We're not going to do that right now because we have ongoing construction and we're almost out of metal, so I need to get the metal sorted. So our first goal right now is balance the metal stock, get metal going up. We got a massive stockpile of industry, so we don't need more industry, but we need the metal with which to build things. High-tech industry, in theory, is going to help with that, because then once we've got that going, we should basically be able to build soil demolition facilities ad infinitum until the end of the game, assuming we have enough people to work it. And then, to be fair, the soil demolition facility, while being a guaranteed source of metal, is not guaranteed to be a good source of metal. On this planet, it is operating at minus 47% effectiveness. And in theory, it's even worse for the radioactives. 46, actually. Minus 46 for metal, minus 47 for rare. Mine's 100% for noble, or for radioactives. So I think we're technically getting a very small amount because minus 100 plus for might be coming around somewhere there, but basically getting no radioactives. Which is fine. We have a place we can mine for radioactives if we really want it. And we're not that desperate for it. I was thinking maybe doing that as our power plant tech, but in practice we got plenty of water. With the high-tech parts we can do serpentization. Probably we'll end up doing. Do a quick once over on our cards and make sure that we're not missing anything we want to do. Diplomacy-wise, these guys are up at 51, which is probably good enough. We do want to keep them probably over 30. Ideally in the 40s to 50s, where they are right now. At this point, I don't think there is any miner. Well, there's the one miner, and we're not ready to interact with them yet. Because they're just going to jam up the trade route more if we, or the transport route if we do. We don't need money right now. Could play with some of these cards, but usually I just keep my units balanced. Yeah, I don't think there's any cards I'm going to play. So I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to cycle the turn. We get the high-tech industry done. I'm going to try to lay off more construction until we get high-tech done. Hopefully until we see positive metal with the soil demolition plant. Mining-wise, none of our mines are empty. We got like 90 turns on that metal mine because of how slow we're extracting metal there. That's also the civilian one. And then the other one... Yeah, the 150 turns, that's not going to run out anytime soon. Although, when it does run out, it's empty. The oil will run out faster, but the oil has more capacity for replacement. Our highest stable mine is out at mining site is Axial. So at some point, we might want to try to set that mine up. Although we need to get the inter-island transport route going better than that, at least. Okay, so let's cycle the turn. Might try to do a little bit of commenting on the neighbors. So here is the last, I think, independent miner. We got Becker, which is that island and this island. We have Totalan, which is here. I think this is Nebel on this one. I think there's one more, but the other one's actually pretty small. Might be a remnant. In fact, the last one might not hang around for much longer than that. That's the 3 real majors. We've driven them off of, at this point, off of 2 continents. We're working on a 3rd, effectively. And depending on how that goes, we may, in fact, need to do aggressive naval landing on the 4th. When we do drive them off to the 3rd. Depends on how much victory score the place worth moving here is worth. I think I'm going to save up about 3 turns of conscripts. So we can, the colonists, I mean. So we can make sure there's enough workers to build the port when we go to do the port building. Around 213, we got 6 decisions. One of our recycling facilities is depleted. Not surprising, although that will mean we're getting even less metal. High-speed rail is completed and being researched. It will be nice to get that done, but that is not a rush to build those. Oh, so we maxed that route out. I'm surprised we'd maxed that one out, not these ones. Must be shipping issues over here. Although it's... Okay, so it's port. It's trying to go out preferably through that port, and it's finding ways out and around, but... Not sure exactly why that was the saturation point. That was decided. That was what was decided. Not a concern. Actually, more concerned about the shortage of metal. Although, as long as we don't run out... Yeah, as long as we continue at the current rate, and we'll be done with high-tech industry, and that'll slow down our metal consumption. Decisions. We're actually moving away from Fist. We're gonna take the opinion hit.
Yes.
Order received.
Here, I think... I'm real tempted to do... Well, lots of good choices. We got the robotization techs, which are in the automated one, which is plus 100% output of that type. Serpentization is also tempting, because that's water to power. Solar's pretty good on this planet, and we got a big stockpile of rares for the moment, so I think I'm going to go automated. I was tempted to go serpentization, then I remembered the automation techs. The one we're actually going to run first here is automated logistics. Mining is also real tempting. And initially I'm thinking, oh, that probably would be a good way to deal with the metal shortage. But it's also going to double the rate that our mines run out. A lot of our mines that we're using right now, if they run out, they're empty. At least from the metal perspective. So we're going to do automation. Hopefully that doubles the port capacity as well.
Understood.
I'm trying to go more mined. We'll just eat that this is going to give us merit.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Transport contract. Oh, I was thinking it was going to expand the transport contract, is what I was thinking here. Yeah. Or... Was I? $90, $250, $900, $900, $900. Oh, okay, so it is over there. Where is it? Can't remember where I was going to send this transport to. This is what I forget. This is what I get for not taking notes since last time. I assume there, but we don't really need it there. Oh, I could also land... do a beach unload over here. There. Can we do it not in the swamp? Yeah. Let's do a land there. That might not be what I was thinking of, but we're gonna try here. And I need to embark from one of our ports. No, it doesn't make sense. That's probably not a good place. That's not a good place. Must be one of the ones on our main island. A little tempting to go from there. Yep, let's do it from there. I'm gonna do 250 for 42 rounds. And we just set up a route that goes to this place. So we're gonna go ahead and seal this road to there and to there. So we know we got unload there. We've now set that thing up so we can do a makeshift port in that area. I suppose the other thing I might have been doing is trying to think about doing lending here, a fairly small one. Which we could still possibly do from that port. Although I think that would want to be a pretty small... Oh, I'm saying that. Looking at the water, maybe not. Maybe it would need to be a pretty big one. But yeah. No, I gotta wait. Apparently I have to wait until the next turn to play it. Okay. Not quite ideal, but I can work with that. And then I think we'll do another transport contract that goes there. We'll do it to the other island. And then I think we're going to dump 2 batches of shipyarding in. Give them a few more ships. Just to make sure they have the transport capacity. The nation. Efficiency drive to get us our money back.
Roger that.
And they're going to do a couple of war gamings, because I know we pissed off one of the generals. And then a cabinet retreat. Take a quick look at the approval of our personnel. Our least happy personnel are reserve pool member, so we're going to get rid of you. Yeah, we're going to get rid of you. Strat card. Zero.
Roger that.
There we go. So that grumpy person's gone. The governor is sort of the next important one to get happy, so we'll do a strat card, make you happy. Your governor, so we're going to try to keep hold of you. Plus 55 points is plenty. Cap 1. We're going to retire you. We'll give you a bronze retirement because you look like you had some experience. And then we'll improve the happiness of this general. He's only up to 41. We'd like him to be a little happier than that. Give an official gift. Plus 31 points. We'll also improve the happiness of you. I'd like to keep everyone above 50 when I'm thinking about.
Roger that.
Okay. Yeah, so we got another route coming off of here. We're going to set up another route to go to our existing ports. Probably this existing port. I'll put the shipping off of this island. And we'll see how that goes. Should be getting more of a construction should finish next turn, so we'll see how that goes. From a metal standpoint. Well, I suppose we actually go for 2 more turns before we see how that's going to the belt. We shouldn't lose... I don't think we'll lose as much this turn, although we may lose like 300 something still. The next turn will be the real indicator. Although we'll also need to be watching the rare metals because the new facility will start to consume rare metals real quickly. I may also need to turn the power plant on. We'll check to see if we're in burnout when we get to our turn. Well, turn the power plant up. We got it running 50%. Although it may not have charged us for the energy. It might be next turn I need to check. Not the upcoming one, the next one. If we need more power. Okay, should be coming around us. There we are. Round 214. We got 8 decisions awaiting us. Dome breach, not a concern. Helicopter engine, that's easy to deal with. Because this is going to give us the next choice. You want enforcement to reach 74. I do as well. Policy speech. Percent soldiers is hard to do. Also, we're not trying to do fist anymore. Don't care about heart. Don't care about commerce. Although that one is the one I expect to be more likely to
Yes,
succeed.
sir.
Just by accidentally doing it, so we'll go with that one.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
Transport contract. I could put the transport contract to the existing port. Let's not. So we're gonna do Suzla here. So might as well do it from the capital again. We're gonna overstretch the capital again doing this, but we'll do it this way.
Copy that.
We're being blackmailed. We'll pay double the. Oh, this is the total in rank. This is these guys. These guys I don't care about getting enough. So we're gonna tell them. Well, I am trying to stack heart. Well, let's say yes, because it's just a trivial amount of money. Nation. Efficiency drive.
Roger that.
Gets us the money back. Maritime trading house, makeshift port. We should now have a port on that sea zone with no port. There we go. Some bottlenecks. 100% shipping through there. I don't know how much I believe that, but apparently it is. Okay. You're up 12%. You're fine. You're fine. I guess the logistics is just deciding to work today. That works. That'll be a new one. That one's not there yet. Okay. And you're not saturated. Okay, so I can start raising units if I felt I have the metal. I'm a little worried I don't right now. High-tech industry should be complete. We got 12,000 power. We only lost about 200 power due to max storage. You haven't yoinked that power yet. No. So next turn you will. So I need another 1,000 power. Another 1,000 power is pretty easy to get my hands on. I have to remember where my power plant is. There we go. You're operating at 0.5% efficiency, so if I take you to full efficiency, you should provide another 1,000 power. Make it done. Let's expand the solar fields in the capital. Right now we think we're going to be power balanced next turn, but we want to continue expanding the demilitarization plant. The demilitarization plant's going to want more power as we level it up. So we do need more power. We don't need absurd amounts of power, because the demilitarization doesn't go up that much in power as you level it up, but the solar power will probably be enough, actually. Because we're going to jump from 400 to 625, so another 200 power.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
And that doesn't cost any metal, so that should help the metal problem. Yeah, that should be able to cover all the distance way all the way up to solar demilitarization 5, which is the max we're going to be able to go for. So that looks like a good plan. We may have a little bit of a power shortage event between demilitarization 3 and solar panels 5 coming online. Three-turn gap there. Oh, that should be minus 200. That should be fine. Okay. And then you have dropped your opinion of us. That is a concern. 1,000's the best I've got. We throw 1,000 at you. We fail. That's concerning. Yes, that's concerning. We may see them declare war on us next turn. 31, I think they may be able to declare at 31. They might not have to get it below 30. Although they may not declare either. The AI role plays, they don't necessarily super theorize their war declarations. Okay, let's cycle the turn. I'm hoping to see that metal's uptrending and not downtrending. Now that the high-tech industry is complete. Based on how they're moving, I'm assuming they did not declare on us. Oh, doubly so if they just left a random hex empty. Round 215, we got 8 decisions. We did get the population happiness, so more word score. We've discovered light helicopter. That is something we will want to develop. Lack of authority. Support their actions. I want loose fist. We want to make you happy. Don't like the unrest, but we'll accept the unrest.
Copy that. Yes, sir.
Roger.
Roger that.
Copy that.
That'll help with unloading and loading. And this is Tolan again. We'll min pay them. Yeah, we'll min pay them.
Yes, sir.
And then let's do the blueprint. I want to contemplate what we can do with these helicopters. So light helicopter, new helicopter. This is likely to be a recon helicopter. Because of how I tend to run these. I'm going to give it guns. It's nice if you can buzz things with your recon helicopters. Not viable till that's range. So we give it more fuel. Get more range. So we can get 3 hexes. So it is, as it says, it's limited range. Upgrade the engine. That makes it have a lower minimum takeoff speed and a higher max ground speed. So we can give it more fuel. 5 hex. That's a little better. I'd like a little bit better than that, though. Or 5 might be what we're getting. Yeah, I think 5's what we're getting. And if we're doing that, we might as well go light engine for the fuel efficiency. Okay. So this might not be the best of planets for recon, or for helicopters. We're only getting 5 hex range on this planet. And the bigger helicopters just have access to bigger... Well, the next one is bigger possible weapons. The next one is double engine. Um, I could hypothetically build some vaguely... Right, because the other way would be go super heavy engines. Rank up the... Nah, okay, no. The best we're getting is light here. 5x range on the light engine. This is giving us a gun, so it can buzz things. I was hoping to get a little bit better range with helicopters, but we will design that nonetheless.
Order received.
Shipping is looking fine. Yeah, shipping's looking fine. You're still at 31. They haven't declared on us.
Sir, yes, sir.
Take them back up to 40. That should at least buy us until they drive us down again. Okay. We saturated one transit, but only one going off to the other island. Oh, we saturated that one as well. Fair enough. Stuff is now going in. Stuff is going out faster than it's coming in. So that's fine. That's definitely fine, yeah. The only thing that we're shipping... No, we've been shipping the water out faster than we're making it, so... Yeah, that should stabilize over a couple turns. And that... Is that the black? That is the black crew by the looks of it. It's like the one that's saturated. Hey, are you marked as black then? No, that's obviously the saturated one. Okay. So, we're obviously consuming rare earth metals quicker than we're making them. I'm a little concerned about the fact that we're consuming the metal quicker than making them, although we're not by much. Did get a inefficiency roll, which is bad. Delayed everything by a turn, although this is a productivity penalty. Oh, no, that's fuel. Am I? No, we shouldn't have been in brownout. Or maybe we were in brownout. I might be in brownout. I might not have the power in the right spots. Okay. That's a little annoying if that's the case. Yeah, that might be what's the case. I think construction-wise, we bad rolled, right? Yeah, we missed the roll there. Missed the roll there, so it added another turn to both of those. Although we've already paid the metal for that half turn, so we don't have to pay it again. I believe. So we can sustain this burn rate until the stuff comes online. Okay. I don't have surplus metal unless we were to buy some, and that's not a price we're buying metal at.
Roger that. Roger that.
Okay. Off of your opinion, do the same with the divisor as well.
Roger that. Roger that.
There we go. And then we just cycle the turn. We've got problems going on. We need to sort those problems out before we contemplate sending more troops over. And building more troops. We've got a big manpower reserve, so I might start... Well, we won't start doing things with the manpower, because I need men... at this point we got a problem. We got plenty of men, but not enough uniforms. It's probably the way to describe it. But yeah, we'll probably burn through another 60 metal next turn. Might actually burn through a little bit more metal next turn because of the slight, well, the single zone burnout. The HQ can only ship what it has, but the SHQ also has a limit on how much it can hold. And I think that's what we're in. We're in a weird situation where we have more need to ship stuff than our SHQ can hold. Doesn't come up very often, but it has come up, I think, in this situation. Around 216, we have 9 decisions. Quack Doctors. Heavy rocket engine, which isn't super important. This is just to confirm. I suppose I could task you on heavy rocket engines. It's not really what's worth doing. Although that would allow us to do very heavy plus electric plus like hyper explosive. Because I probably don't need the micronuke RPG. Or no, we're working on electric engines. Electric engine plus very heavy would give us 4. Although we don't need to be in early orbital. Although that would give us fusion engine. If I want some really powerful engines. We'd have to get radioactives to make that work. Might as well let the Air Force work on that. So we got motorized grenadier, we got mechanized grenadier. Let's do mechanized grenadier.
Affirmative.
Don't need any custom formations yet.
Roger. Order acknowledged.
Critical success, that's good. This is Becker, so I can take the first option to get a relations increase
Sir,
with him.
yes, sir.
For big blackmail again, we are looking for mind. We'll just pay
Sir,
them
yes,
basic
sir.
blackmail. Mind suppresses heart, so we'll do the
Yes,
heart
sir.
here. It'll cost us a bunch of mind, but that'll be fine otherwise. And yeah, we're suffering from a zone brownout. Power in versus power out isn't quite enough to handle the consumption. Not that we don't in grid have enough power to handle the consumption, but that I don't have the storage in the SHQ to store it, to ship it. Yeah, one of those days. A couple different ways I go about fixing that. One of them is to build more power in the capital, which is what we're doing. It will probably have to be the solution short term. Long term, we can do power bank, so the SHQ stores more power. Well, that costs a bunch of metal. Which I don't really want to be spending on this right now. I might have to spend it on that. Okay, everything proceeded at speed, construction-wise. Metal is uptrending. I'm actually surprised metal is uptrending. Did it not... Oh, it might not build us for half the metal this turn. That might have how that worked out. It would make sense. Because then that would be... Yeah, I think that's what happened. Because we had half of it left over from the last... Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It should be charging us 500, charges 250, because we shipped everything to the site, but we suffered a production penalty of a half a turn, so half the stuff was there for the next turn. Okay, the game is nice in that way. Oh well, though I would have probably preferred it. No, that's probably the way I'd probably prefer it. That's probably fine. Okay, so we got a turn and a half that we need to ship here. That's 750 metal. We got 750 metal, so we don't have to worry about the metal running out. The concern, of course, is that means we've got only production surplus, right? That's basically where we're at, and it's not much surplus. Your rare earth metals, again, you consume 100 rare earth metals, which is actually a shortage. We produce enough rare metals right now, I believe, to specifically operate the high-tech facility. That's about it. We don't have much surplus for rare earth metal, which is the other reason to expand the demilitarization plant. Okay, long-winded complaints about everything working but not working as well as it's like. And I got more colonists than I need. Let's start troubleshooting problems. Any problems in the capital? Capital is happy, got surplus 30-something workers, 30,000 workers. You got enough government and enough civilian. You could use a little bit more government and a lot more civilian. Okay. So you want like 200 workers.
Sir, yes, sir.
And then for civilians, you want 2,200.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So that should keep you productive. Same sort of thing here. You want more civilian. 700, 270. Or 2,700. So we'll do that as well.
Sir, yes, sir.
And I've worked out that I don't need these colonists right now. Because as much as I want them to be here to build the port, we're not affording this for a while. Yeah. So these colonists can be spent in the meantime. So we got enough government workers there. We got enough government... Don't have enough government workers there. We're actually short 3,400.
Understood.
Okay. We're short on civilians. You're short on civilians. I'm going to ship them to the closer one first. There we go. And then I actually have enough money. I know I've got enough political power. We're going to call you up. You have the slave trader. We're going to fire some people. And the efficiency drive. Got us our money back. We have enough fate points that we can go and grab this, the GR coding.
Yes, sir.
I'm not exactly sure what that does, but it does something. GR coding, what does that say? Hard targets, so 33% firepower against hard targets. That's pretty nice. Interesting. Of course, that means we're probably gonna have to redesign our infantry to get that deployed. The infantry doesn't retroactively apply, I believe. And yeah, we have like 10 brigades of soldiers, 9 to 10 brigades of soldiers waiting to be deployed, but we need metal for their uniforms. Cycle the turn. Work on that demilitarization plant. Once the demilitarization plant's done, we should have enough metal income that I can do the power bank. That's going to increase the SHQ storage by 2,000, which should allow us to have enough storage to solve the brownout situation. Because the problem isn't that we're not making enough power. We have a city brownout. Not a well, I suppose technically the city brownout in this situation is causing a nationwide brownout, but we've got the zones that produce enough. They've got one zone that produces plenty, and another zone that needs more than it can receive because we can't ship it via the SHQ. Weird problems like that. Okay, back around to us. 217. We got 9 decisions. Dome breach, roaming thieves, marauders. That's our helicopter being developed. Discover the tech tactical nuke. Okay. Mass food pool. There's another way to make a bunch of food. Not that we need a bunch of food.
Sir, yes, sir.
Roger that.
think we'll just hit no new orders here.
Order acknowledged.
Roger that. Aye, aye, sir.
It's always a shame when it's like, it's success. Lost 8,000 people. What? Call that a success? This game sometimes. The answer here is because there has to be something better than success. So I always shake my head when it's like, success. It's like 8,000 people died. It's like, I wouldn't call that a success. Like, this is a success, but this is also critical success. You want that zone to go to 3?
Copy that.
Sure. We're being offered to be helped. Let's say no. All of these say relationship decrease. So we'll say
Yes,
no.
sir.
Hopefully that doesn't reduce relations. Yeah. It's coming from these guys. I'm surprised they... Maybe it's because they're over 70. That might be it. Oil's trending down. Is that due to the brownout? That's probably due to the brownout. Yeah, that's the brownout striking. Okay. So, you're proceeding at speed, you're proceeding at speed. You're only eat 250 metal next turn, so I've got enough metal. The short-term solution to the brownout is to allow more storage in the SHQ. Power bank will do that in 2 turns. It's going to cost us 400 metal, but we got enough 400 metal in the storage to do that, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yes,
So yeah,
sir.
let's build
Roger
you.
that, sir.
Go ahead. I'm going to throw more colonists here. 3,000 more colonists here to deal with the fact that the civilian population has shrunk.
Standing by.
I might have dumped them as workers accidentally. Oops. Slave trader. 9 more people. Yeah, accidentally dumped them as workers. Well, fine. They'll quit, or they'll be fired and dumped in the pool. Little unhappy with how your happiness is. One problem with enforcement is I don't have any cards that are really good for boosting public opinion. Lots of cards that are very good for using public opinion, not for boosting public opinion. Oh, and you got grumpy for some reason.
Sir, yes, sir.
Success that pushes back up to 43, delaying the war, because we need to delay the war until we sort out where our metal's coming from. Yeah, we're pissing off some of these governors, because we're moving away from Fist, and they happen to like Fist.
Roger that.
Although with some of these governors, it wouldn't be necessarily that hard to replace them if we needed to.
Roger that.
Okay, get some back above 50. Would like a little bit more money, so we'll take another efficiency drive.
Roger that.
And then let's cycle the turn. I'm not too worried about the state of this front. Like another 2 infantry brigades, well, grenadier brigades over there, and another tank unit. But that's to attack, right? So it's sort of a situation where we don't want the war because we're not ready to attack. I think the lines should be able to hold as is. But yeah, every time I'm over there watching them do their turn, it's like, are they attacking? Are we ready to handle them? Not sure. But yeah, shouldn't necessarily be that concerned. It's around 218. We have 6 decisions. Still in that time learning, which is good. Medium helicopter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm on it.
They're blackmailing us. This is Becker. I'll pay the extra to make them extra happy.
Yes, sir.
They're offering to help us. We're gonna tell them no
Sir,
again.
yes, sir.
We don't need to lose happiness with them to get stuff that we don't need. Then we're gonna blueprint up the medium helicopter here. So the medium helicopter, like the light helicopter, is a 1-engine helicopter. So for practical purposes, it's the same helicopter. We're gonna run the medium one here, medium engine here, so we can try to get. I think it's also a slightly bigger helicopter, so it has a little more hit points. See if we can get the medium rockets to work. The best I can get is 3 hex, which is, you can work with that, but this is not particularly useful. Actually, mark this as a tactical bomber. Not a particularly useful tactical bomber, because it's only got 3 range hex, although you can buzz things with this, and it probably would be pretty effective. We're going to develop that because then we want to see if the 2 engine is going to be a little bit better. The 2 is probably what I want to use for VTOL takeoff transport helicopters.
Order received.
Which is why we're even bothering to develop the medium one. Looking at the light one, it did not quite have the range, and the bigger design there doesn't necessarily make it any better for what I want to do with it. Okay, metal's downtrending, but that was what we were expecting. Demilitarization facility is done. Okay. Solar panels proceeding at speed, power banks proceeding at speed. If everything goes according to plan, the power bank will be done next turn. That should allow us to store more power, which means we won't lose the 244 to storage max being reached, which then means the turn after next that should hopefully ship to people, which should hopefully solve the brownout. Hopefully. Okay. Petrol's going down, but I think that's going down due to you not receiving enough power. Yeah, we're supposedly only paying 86% of the cost, which has to be power. That's... yeah, because all the workers are available. So we're going to power shortage, solve the brownout, and in theory get our oil back. Although I'm slightly concerning that little blip in the radar, although that's also heading this city. The city is where we got the biofuel, which is also getting dinged for 6%. You're at 53, so that's fine. Don't need to interact with you. Personnel. A reserve pool member at capacity 2. You're easy to deal with because you probably haven't ever had a job, so you're easy just to
Roger that.
show the door. Everyone else is above 50. Okay. No, how goes the automated logistics? 28% down. Would like to see how this affects the sea routes. This may be the godsend that we need to get the sea routes just being comfortable. Or it may do nothing to the sea routes. We shall see. I might, well, debatably I should start to enable more of the metal mines, which we can do. If we solve the brownout, we can build more metal mines. If we haven't solved the brownout, then I need to build more power. Simple as that. Okay, around 219, we got 5 decisions. One of which is a dome breach. Incident at the library. We can piss the person off and, well, give him a bonus and make him happy that way.
Roger that. Roger that. Yes, sir.
We're being blackmailed. Trying to boost mind, although we're at the awkward point where we're getting more heart than mind. Although, no, that's probably still a fine balance. Let's take the minimum payment here. Still in the long run, I think getting what you can't for the fact that you trade 2 to 1 heart removing mind. You're at 83 or 53, so that's fine. So strategies, nation, efficiency drive.
Roger that. Yes, sir.
Spend that. So don't need to worry about it running out. Construction power plant is complete. Okay, or the power bank is complete. So next turn we should start storing additional power, which can then be distributable. Yeah, theory. We'll see if that theory actually pans out. In the meantime, you consume 100 more power than you make. Let's dump some... Oh, I say dump. Let's start building some solar panels there to do some mitigation for that. I put another 300 workers there, so we'll just drop those off at Colonist.
Sir, yes, sir.
We don't care about your power, I don't care about your power. You actually make more power than you consume. You have to have a bunch shipped in. This far north is maybe not the best for power, but we're going to dump a solar field here as well. which of course put another 300 workers there. So we'll give you 300 workers. And then you're the place that's making all my power, which is why we have an issue, because we can store 14 or 1.4 or 1400. We'll say 1400. And you're trying to ship 1500. So we're losing the difference. And that affects the capital where we need to consume more than we get in, basically. Okay, there's no recycling facility there. So let's demolish the infrastructure like so. That should actually help a little bit with the refactoring there. So isn't, well, actually, you don't really matter because you don't go in any directions that matter. That doesn't matter anymore. So suppose the civilians at some point build out there. We'll destroy it because we don't need it. Okay, and then bottlenecking. Do I have any severe bottlenecking? No, at least not immediately visible. No, in that situation as well. Yeah, that's good to see. Okay. We're gonna wait until we at least know if we've solved the brownout. If we've solved the brownout, this is a good mine to develop. This mine, I think, is a civilian mine. Yeah, it's a civilian mine. Tempting to nationalize that mine because it's a accessibility 8 mine. Because then we can force it to level up, which provides more metal, but metal is trending up, so that's a good thing to see. Although that's partially because we're not building anything at the moment. Other than the power bank, which is done, obviously. I think we're going to save up. We're going to expand metal production in the capital. Although we got to solve the power problem first, right? Can't expand the metal production without any power to power the mine. As much as I'd like more from the demilitarization plant. Okay, looking at the time, I think this is going to be our last end turn of this part. We are going to record 3 more parts tonight, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can expect there to be a part up tomorrow. And if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. It's just going to be a short break between parts, so I can get up and stretch the legs between recording parts here. As is the usual night, we're recording 4 parts as part of our 4-game, 4-night, 4-part schedule. So yeah, Shadow Empire, we're making, as much as it looks like we're not making progress, we're making a lot of progress. On a map that is this deprived of metal, to be fair, on a map this deprived of metal, I'm surprised they have so much armor. But we are finally getting demilitarization plants going, so we're going to have much more metal available to us going forward as we build up the demilitarization plants. Okay, and here we are. So we'll be picking up in the next part, around 220. We will have 8 decisions awaiting us. So with that, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.